movie notes on Mary Queen of Scots. This is a 2018 film. When I introduced it in the movie watch list for this week, I said 2019 per movie jacket, and I looked it up and it's 2018. And today is Thursday, 20 June 2024, and I just finished watching it. So I'm going to do some movie notes for it for this viewing. I'm Tanis Coralee Leonhardi, she, her, hers of Seattle. And my description for the film is a biographical film about the reign of Mary Queen of Scots from taking of the throne through execution. And per the children's books my sister left on the shelves here after she moved out, was that Mary Queen of Scots was the 1500s in Scotland, and she was a leader who was executed. So that was how her term ended. Sometimes people get assassinated, some people get executed. So it's a one for diversity in terms of how it ended, and that's something in, you know, the United States of America is almost 250 years old, and that's not a diversity checkmark that the country has, but Scotland has. So with how the person ended their term, reign, whatever word one wants to use. It's about her reign, but it's kind of focused on the unifying of Scotland and England under one monarch's rule, and it's a battle between her and Queen Elizabeth of England and to produce an heir, because if she, Mary Queen of Scots, produces an heir, they have, per her blood lines, the heir can rule both Scotland and England if Queen Elizabeth does not produce an heir. So it's about her taking of the throne through execution. However, it's also about, like, it's very much focused on personal life because she's a woman, and a woman is capable of birthing a baby, which matters for if one wants a blood heir, right? Bloodline as in like produced, like biological heir. Okay, so there we go. There's a number of sex scenes in this, so if you have a young one, it's rated R. So there you are. Yeah. So that's how I'll adjust that, I guess. And then they bring up having native rulers, so like people descended from the original peoples, and I was like, one way to think of, so original peoples of a place and God in heaven. So essentially, you can think of it as, it'd be inappropriate for a human to go to heaven and be like, or so it'd be like somebody going to the United States of America, right? Like if they're not Native American, right? They come to America from a different place in the world, and they show up and they go, now you do this. Right? That's how, what was it, Archangel Michael fell from heaven to hell. That's how or that was the Antichrist or Satan or whatever it is in the Christian religion, is, you know, telling God what to do is how one goes to hell. So I was like, original peoples ruling a place is good because it's carrying on, right? A monarch is determined by God, right? There's a divine component of royalty and monarchy and stuff. So original peoples is respectful of the land and of God. Yeah, I was just thinking of, yeah, so in terms of like people showing up on other people's lands and being like, now you bow to me or I'm going to kill you or stuff like that, it's like a pretty quick way of knowing one's condemned, right? Going to heaven, right? That's the behavior that God assesses that, right? Show up at the gates of heaven and they're like, no, you did that to the, I saw you what you did to the Native Americans down there, you're not welcome here. Because we all know what you're gonna do. You're gonna be like, God, you need a change. And God's like, God is my place, or heaven is my place. You gotta have. So, it's kind of obvious, right? Respect the people, and definitely don't impersonate God, right? That'd be it. So don't go to a place and impersonate the original peoples, or that's, what would that be called? An irreversible one-way ticket to condemnation. Yeah. Okay. So that one would be that bad. Okay. So So that was one thing. So they use the term native in here. And it's like, there's native, there's original peoples, that kind of stuff. And yes, there are original peoples of Scotland that go back archaeologically. They even have records going back over 10,000 years, some kind of thing. And I've seen some of the stuff that goes back over 5,000 years and 2,000 years approximately and stuff. And it's like, there we go. I've been to Scotland. Okay. And I'm part Scottish by ancestral origins. And so perhaps, and then I was like watching this and I thought of some stuff. So here's some of the other stuff that are, that to me, like, is related. So it's not tangent, like this came as part of my movie notes. So perhaps King Charles and I, so my Charles and I, get married again. This time at New Slains Castle. Russian hamsters feature prominently, and we ask Mary Queen of Scots for her blessing. Mom and Dad want a house on the island of Ireland. His and mine. Our babies want grandparents' time, human and non-human alike. Corgis meet squirrels, and Conadad. Okay, so like the corgis get to meet the squirrels, corgis get to meet Conadad. Okay, so there's one. And another one. Attila Salai and my twin sons. I go and spectate him on the sidelines, dugout style, if possible, because they actually do have that in Hungarian football, slash soccer, in Europe anyway, for a European Championships level competition with Timber the Gray Squirrel on my right shoulder, a barred owl falconry style on my left forearm, babies in my belly, and Russian hamsters in a transparent box running on their wheels, going, no days off, no days off. Then they get it from me. Sorry, not then, but they get it from me. Okay, their mama. That way, if I do take days off while pregnant, the hamsters have got it on lockdown. Nope. The only owls I have seen in the wild are barred owls. So we go. And should I put this in my Scotland Heritage Travel Trip series? Yeah, that would topically, like Mary Queen of Scots, yeah, that, while not like a huge determiner in my trip, that is actually something I encountered on my trip and a little bit as preparation, especially going back early in my life. So maybe. Okay, and then I'm trying to flesh out things I have not done. One I thought of while watching this movie is I have not recorded myself doing it. I have not recorded myself faking it. And I have not recorded myself masturbating. So if there is records of that, I did not film it. I was like, this came to mind because there's a number of sex scenes in here, and I was just like, I have not done that. But although I don't think the actors and actresses filmed themselves, right? There was probably a cameraman or camerawoman. But I was like, I have not done that. Then I don't think I brought that up. I might have, but I was like, it's something I have not done. Okay. I think that's kind of it. Yeah. It was this clap back to Memoirs of a Geisha. It puts emphasis on a woman's... I don't know. They didn't actually bring up virginity. They brought up an heir. So for all I know, Mary Queen of Scots lost her virginity in France before she became queen. I don't know what the lifestyle of royals in the 1500s were like. So I don't know. But it would possibly, it was a clapback. It had that aura of feminine mystique. There we go. So, and then movie notes on Mary Queen of Scots 2018 film, 2022 and 2024 viewing.